Sophia, thank you so much for having us here at the Academy Museum at this incredible exhibition, Marilyn Monroe. Why do you think audiences are still fascinated by this legend?
Marilyn was the biggest star at her time. She was really, really phenomenal at having a connection with audiences. You know, she knew how to foster an image that felt incredibly relatable, and she has a really diverse trajectory in how she looks. The sweetheart, the artist, bohemian, she really reinvents herself in multiple ways. And her story is ultimately really fascinating because she was really involved in her career. You know, she was always looking at new ways to set new trends. You know, and her story is ultimately tragic, even though she really was a symbol of hope and resilience for many.
I wanna be kissed by you, just you, nobody else but you.
While you were working on Marilyn, you realized that she was something more than a gorgeous woman and a talented actress.
She was incredibly involved behind the scenes, and you know, from doing multiple takes, she would do countless takes to get it just right with her performance. With photographs, she would go through the contact sheets or the negatives and approve or cross out or cut up the negative of the one she didn't want to have used. You know, when she wasn't happy with her contract at 20th Century Studios, she ultimately formed her own production company, Marilyn Monroe Productions, which was something incredibly rare for women during the classic era. And she really was just a very savvy businesswoman. She understood publicity, she understood how things worked, and she could really use that to her advantage.
I can be smart when it's important, but most men don't like it.
In the heart of this exhibition, gentlemen prefer blondes. Let's go to the pink dress.
Let's go.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
This is the artifact, the pink dress that attracts most of the audience.
Yeah, we're very excited to have it on display. It's the first time in many, many years, and it is the pink dress that she wears when singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Who can forget that scene?
It's iconic, and obviously lots of people have since referenced it, recreated the look, so it's really special that we have the actual one she wore here on display for the public.
Does the exhibition reveal a different side of Marilyn that we don't really know?
Yeah, in addition to the glamour, Hollywood, and her acting career, we also dive behind the scenes to the Norma Jeane side of her.
Especially on this wing.
Yes, especially in this section here. So we go into a little bit of her personal life and how that impacts her career. You know, she was really interested in Marilyn Monroe as a character, as a performance, and she referred to Marilyn Monroe in the third person.
To herself.
Yeah, and so it's really fascinating to see how she constructs that persona.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
It's really important to understand that she was a genius for that era. She created that persona, and she was so beautiful but so smart at the same time.
Yeah, she really was.
Although she was perceived as not smart at the moment.
I mean, that's one of the fascinating things about her is that blonde bombshell character. It's thought of someone who's, you know, ditzy, not smart, but behind the scenes she was really, really savvy on that. And she also loved Hollywood history, so she knew about early Hollywood, and she would borrow from previous stars. So she would, you know, I want the hair of Jean Harlow. She would use her little witticisms, came from Mae West. She loved Marlene Dietrich, and you know, the Happy Birthday Mr. President dress, she saw Marlene Dietrich wearing that dress and was like, I want one created for myself. So she really knew how to mix and match, you know, other film stars and make it her own.
Down in the meadow, under the snow, April is teaching green things to grow.
As the curator of this phenomenal exhibition, you had the chance to meet some people that are still alive and they knew Marilyn in person. How was that experience?
It was really interesting because there's not many people who knew Marilyn personally, but Anymore. But we were fortunate to interview Lawrence Schiller, who's one of the photographers who worked with her, particularly in the 60s. And, you know, he said that she was really in control of her image. She knew what she was doing. And so he said, you know, that he didn't know what he was getting into when he first started working with her, but that she was truly a force of nature.
And how was she as a person?
A lot of people said that she was incredibly shy, incredibly intelligent. She loved children, she loved dogs. She was, you know, really, really sweet in her personal life. But of course, when it came to business, she was really in charge. And, you know, she wasn't always easy. And so a lot of people gave a really beautiful, nuanced picture of who she was, like balancing those two sides of her.
The deedly 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 dum, boop boopy doop.
If visitors leave with one new understanding of who Marilyn Monroe was, what would it be?
Well, as the Academy, we really want to shine a light on her acting career. She was a phenomenal actress. You know, she was often limited to blonde bombshell roles, but we have a great area where we go through her entire film career. It's about a 22-minute reel, and you can really see all the different types. So I hope that people get a taste of her acting career and go home and watch more Marilyn movies.